tone in communication with students. Over the past few videos in our Take 5 series, we've talked about tone. Let's review how tone can be created. When writing, tone can be created by word choice, punctuation, emoticons, sentence length, capitalization, and connotation. When we communicate with students, we may find ourselves communicating via phone, text, or messages and email. On the phone, we have less of a chance of our tone being misunderstood. In the moment of the conversation, our intonation is clear and questions can quickly be understood or answered. Talking on the phone can often eliminate the confusion with tone. Because the phone is not always an option, texting can be a handy tool for synchronous communication with a student. Texts, however, are relatively short and therefore limited in the amount of information that can be discussed. The brevity of a text can create confusion if we aren't careful. We need to be mindful of abbreviations or short responses that may seem curt or angry. In a text, emoticons can often be an effective way of answering quickly but illustrating our attitude. In a course message or email, we are given much more space to talk with a student at length about whatever subject is at hand. We can still use emoticons if we are worried a sentence or two will be misunderstood, but we do have a better opportunity to be clear. 2 suggestions about longer written communication with students. First, offer positive responses, feedback, and thoughts before moving toward negative comments. Your message will likely be received better. Additionally, remember to reread before sending and try to view your message from your audience's point of view. In fact, it might even help to wait to send a message that might be misconstrued or could be about a sensitive topic so that you can make sure your language is clear. Let's look at some examples of positive tone versus negative tone as found in a written communication with a student. In this text message, the student started a conversation that asked whether or not she was required to complete a module. The response from the teacher is curt and unemotional. By simply adding a quick emoticon or adding more of a response, this same message can be conveyed in a much nicer and more pleasant tone. Rather than a curt response, this text message uses a salutation to acknowledge the teacher's established relationship with his student. He answers her question very clearly, and then he offers to help her out, further developing their teacher-student relationship. The bottom line? When communicating via writing with students, it's especially important to remember 2 things. First, written word can be easily misconstrued because there is no voice or intonation to make the message perfectly clear. Using the strategies of tone can alleviate that confusion. Secondly, because we are working with teenagers, building a positive relationship is vital. Sarcasm doesn't generally go over well in the written word, and it's important to make sure that our very literal teenage students receive information that doesn't include mixed messages.